Well, I choose the first statement, and well, I think my point of view is that neutrality in nations, in the face of global problems, can be both morally questionable and egotistical. Because, well, international conflicts not only affect like the nations involved or the countries involved, but they also like affect the other countries because we are all interconnected in this century. So they have actual like repercussions in terms of security and economics and human rights and yeah, like political matters too. So when a country decides to remain neutral and not taking sides, uh, only are like allows these situations to keep going and to keep happening. And I mean, this is like when you see someone getting boiled, no, bullied, sorry, and you don't say anything, you're being part of the problem because you have the power to tell like an authority, a teacher, I don't know, a parent, or I don't know, any person who can actually stop this, and you don't say anything, so the violence and the abuse keeps on going. So you're kind of responsible too because now you know and you're not doing anything. And that's taking aside at the end of the day, taking the decision or making the decision of not doing anything, it's taking aside. So this only means that you're like allowing this to keep happening by not doing anything. So, well, there are historical records that show that a nation uh, that's deciding to be neutral and inactive during a conflict can have like actual high costs. For example, during the World War II, some nations initially didn't take part and they wanted to remain like neutral, but eventually they got involved by, I don't know, migration or uh, economics and etc. And they were actually like drawn into the conflict. And yeah, this only allowed this kind of domination to keep happening, and the violence and the abuse and the murdering and etc. And yeah, this only gives like the violent part or the violent actors to keep doing whatever they want. So yeah, uh, from a strategic perspective, neutrality can also be seen as a weak and opportunistic stance because, as I said, we live in an interconnected world where we are all like um, globalized and we all share something without even realizing. So, no nation is like isolated from global conflicts, and like ignoring like a conflict or a problem that cost human lives can be like a huge mistake because, for example, the Gaza conflict nowadays is like a huge conflict that's not getting like any help, like any actual help from any big nations such as China or Japan or even Mexico or well, United States. Um, and this only means that they are like ignoring it or pretending that it's not happening. And we all know that pretending that something's not happening doesn't mean that it's not happening. And they have the power to help them, to send them water, food, economic help. And also I'm not like an expert on the topic, but I don't know, maybe they can help people to get out of the country, or just helping them with medical assistance or something. But yeah, they are not actually doing anything. The Gaza population is getting killed like every single day. Like in this moment, many kids and women and men are dying, and we are not doing anything. So, well, in conclusion, all through neutrality is, well, may seem as a pragmatic option to avoid conflicts and to avoid getting involved and getting the population involved and not taking specific sides. In many cases, it is actually damaging like the nation and the relationship you as a world leader have with the how to say it, like the vulnerable nations or the vulnerable populations in the world. So I think that international responsibility is very important, because this not only requires taking firm positions in the face of injustice and violence things or issues, but it also means that you have to work like together with other nations, and try to, I don't know, to find peace and to try to, I don't know, like to keep the world as pacific as possible, even if there are a lot of problems going on right now for political issues or economics, or I don't know, like different interests such as religion or I don't know, sexual preferences or whatever. I think that big nations such as I said, China, Japan, US, and etc., they have the power to stop, the power and the money to stop this murdering and violence and abuses, and they're not doing like anything. So yeah, I think that being neutral, because, well, yeah, you can be neutral in your like daily life with, you know, dumb situations. I don't know, maybe two friends are fighting and you like don't want to get involved, and that's fine, I think, because it's like a minimal problem. But like deciding as a nation to not getting involved in big problems, it's very egotistical, and I think that we shouldn't allow that as population, as the people that are living like in the countries. I think that when people get united, we can do like big things together. So yeah, that's my point of view.